Good morning, everyone. Today we'll see the segregation and bleeding of concrete. So, what is segregation? Segregation can be defined as the constituent material of the concrete. So, a good concrete is one in which all ingredients are properly distributed to make a homogeneous mixture. If a sample of concrete exhibits a tendency for separation of state, co-segregate from the test of the ingredient, then the sample is said to be showing the tendency of segregation. Such concrete is not only going to be lack of homogeneity is also going to induce all undesirable property in the hardened concrete. There are considerable difference in the size and specific gravity of the constituent ingredient of concrete. Therefore, it is nature that the material shows a tendency to fall apart. Segregation may be three types. Firstly, the co-segregate separating out or settle down from the rest of the matrix. Secondly, the paste of the matrix separately from away from co-segregate. And finally, water separating out from the rest of the material. A well-made concrete taking into a consideration various parameters such as grading, size, shape, and surface texture of the aggregate with the optimum quality of water as a cohesive mix. Such concrete will not exhibit and any tendency for a segregation. The cohesive and fatty characteristic of the matrix do not allow the aggregate to fall apart. At the same time, the matrix itself sufficient contained by the aggregate. Similarly, water also does not find it easy to move out freely from the rest of the ingredient. The condition favorable for segregation are, as can be seen from the, it will be proposed mix where sufficient matrix is not there to bind and contain the aggregate. Insufficiently mixed concrete with excess water contained shows the tendency of segregation. Bleeding. Bleeding is sometimes referred as water gain. It is a particular form of segregation in which some of the water from the concrete comes out of the surface of the concrete. Being of the lowest specific gravity among all ingredients of concrete, bleeding is predominantly observed in a high wet mix, badly proportional and insufficiently mixed concrete. In thin members like roof slab or road slab, when the concrete is placed in sunny weather, shows excessive bleeding. Due to bleeding, water comes up and accumulates at the surface. Sometimes, along with the water, certain quantity of cement also come to the surface. When the surface is worked up with the trowel and float, the aggregate goes down and cement water come up to the top surface. This formation of cement paste is known as latency. In such case, top surface of the slab and the pavement will not have good wearing capacity. Lateins formed on the road produce dust in the summer and mud in the rainy season. Owing to the fact that the top surface has higher content of water and is also developed of aggregate matters. It has a highest linkage crack. If the lattice is formed on a particular lift, a plane of weakness would form and bond with the next lift would be poor. This could be avoided by removing the lattice fully before the next lift is poured.
Hi Nitish, happy to have you for the
The
interview today.
bleeding is an inherent phenomenon in the concrete. All the same, it can be reduced by proper proportion and uniform and complete mixing. Use of fine divided pozzolanic material reduce the bleeding by creation of longer path for the water to traverse. It has been already discussed that use of air entrain agent is very effective in reducing the bleeding. It also reported that the bleeding can be reduced by the use of finer cement or cement with a low alkali content. Rich mixes are less bleeding than lower mixes. The bleeding is not completely harmful if the rate of evaporation of water from the surface is equal to the rate of bleeding. Removal of water after it had played its role in the providing workability. From the body of concrete, by way bleeding will do good to the concrete. Thank you.